Let's use the heading widget within Elementor to create an auto-updating year in our footer. If you're a beginner or intermediate web developer who's looking to learn more about using Elementor to build better WordPress websites without dealing with all of those pesky issues that seem to plague Elementor developers, you're going to want to subscribe to my channel and follow along. Being just a few weeks into the new year, this seems like a very topical video that will help so many of you, number one, understand what you should be using for your copyright years on your website, and number two, set the year to update automatically when the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Eve, so that each subsequent year, the end date of your copyright will be updated to the year that you are currently in. For example, if your website was created in 2002 and it is now 2004, your website will have a copyright date of 2002-2004. I want to be clear up front that the appropriate course of action for updating your copyright year is to have a span of years. So you want it to span from the year that your website first had any content published on it to today. And that is why we want to set the second year in this sequence to auto update, meaning that the copyright will carry through to the year that you are currently in. So if you are setting your website up for the first time in 2024, I'm going to show you some options at the end of this video to make sure that you have your footer copyright year covered into the future. This entire task should take you less than 5 minutes, and I promise that the most difficult decision you're going to have to make is what route you should take if this is the first year setting up a website. Let's dive in. I'm going to be showing you the auto updating year feature on the Elementor website. That's ELLAmentor.com. This is a new website that I'm working on for all of these tutorials to live on, as well as my forthcoming template suite and course. If you go there right now, you're going to be prompted to join my waitlist. But either way, I'm in the process of getting this built, and I am going to add this copyright information with the auto updating year to my footer. So that said, what you're seeing on your screen now is my footer open. I do have my all rights reserved text right here, but this is not actually what I want this to say. So I'm going to go ahead and delete the all rights reserved from here. And instead, I'm going to add a new bar that has the copyright year information. So in order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and add a new container that is vertical. And I'm going to give this a background color of deep pink, which is my accent color. And then I want to drag in a heading widget. Now, this is not going to be styled as a heading. It's not even going to actually have an HTML tag as a heading, but it is the easiest way to create the auto updating year. So I'm going to drag this in. The first thing I want to do is I want to change the text color to white, and then I want to change this HTML tag to a P tag. That's just like a very basic tag within a WordPress website, and it's not gonna do anything for SEO because it's not meant to do anything for SEO. So the next thing that we need to do, you might think that we want to add content here, but we do not. So if you click in this box, you're actually going to not be able to follow the next steps. So I'm going to click outside of the box, and that brings back these dynamic tags. I'm going to click on the dynamic tags, and from here, I want to scroll down to the current date and time. Now you will see that that gives us the full current date and time, and the only thing that we need is the year. So in order to change this, you can actually click on top of current date and time. Now my cursor goes away, so it's a little bit confusing and it doesn't feel like you can click on it, but if you click, you will see the settings pop up. Now, the first thing we want to work on is the date format. So I want to choose a custom date or a custom format. And the only thing that I need in here is the uppercase Y. That's going to give me the year alone. And this will always be the current year. So right now is 2024. Next year, this will say 2025. The following year, 2026, and on. Now, I clicked out of those settings, but I didn't actually need to, and that was sort of a mistake, I'll be honest, because I need more settings inside of here. Right now, you're probably thinking, okay, but like there's content that I need to add to this. So how do I add that content? And what I want to do is I want to hover over and click on advanced. And you'll see that now I have the option to add before and or after text, as well as a fallback text. The only thing that we need to add here is a before text, and I'm going to copy some information from my existing website, mainly the C, because this is something I don't know how to type into my keyboard. So I'm going to put the copyright seal. I'm going to go space, and I'm going to put my business name, Wandersoul Co. LLC, and then I want to put the year that my website was first brought online. And I completely redid my website in, let's see, 2023, but I have content on there that I wrote as early as 2020. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2020 as the beginning year. I'm going to put a space, a dash, and then one more space. And you'll see that fills in along the bottom, copyright Wandersoul Co. LLC 2020 to 2024. And the year at the end of that will continue to update over time so that my website continues to be covered by this copyright. I'm going to go ahead and click update. And now I want to talk a little bit more about what you can do if this is a brand new website that is first bringing content online in 2024. There are two main options that you can go with. The first option is just to choose to have a span of years that only spans this year. So Wandersoul Co. LLC, copyright Wandersoul Co. LLC, 2024 to 2024. This is a little bit wonky, but this is a very overlooked part of your website. It's really just to protect you or your client. So you can do it this way if you want. Again, it looks a little wonky, but not a big deal. The other thing that you can do is you can completely erase this first year and just have it set as copyright Wandersoul Co. LLC 2024. Then you would want to make yourself a note that come 2025, you need to come back in here and update this so that it reflects 2024 to the current year, which again, at this time next year, it will say 2025 in this final slot. So those are your options if you are creating a brand new website. I personally think that this is a better route to go because then you never have to come back and fix it. But I can also understand why some clients or why your own design preferences would want you to eliminate this first year at least before there's actually a span of years. And then once it turns into 2025, having this say 2024 to 2025 and so on into the infinite future. But that's as easy as it gets on creating that auto updating year on your website footer. Again, just using that header widget within Elementor. And that's everything you need to know about adding an auto updating year to your footer using Elementor or Elementor Pro. If this video was helpful, consider subscribing to my channel so that you get the latest notifications when I release new videos each week.